Hello everybody, how are you? How are things in your world? Guys, this is going to be a fun one. Now, as you know, I'm pretty well connected in the music business here in town just from being in the comedy and music worlds over the years here. And somebody slid me these designs that are going to be fun to watch, fun to look at. And that is, these are face tattoos that Post Malone is considering to fill out the rest of the space on his face. Now, as you know, he's got a number of face tattoos, but there's still a lot of real estate there. And these are some of the designs he is looking at, guys. It's really fun. You're going to love it. Let's take a look at them one at a time. Now, as you know, after he had his second hit, he was able to buy a brand new home, or a new home to him, buy a home in Dallas, where he's from. But now he's had more than two. He's had a bunch of hits. Money is rolling in. So this is a look at a house that he is considering. It's actually a castle. This is the design of the castle that he is considering moving into later this year in 2019. So to commemorate that, he's going to have this castle, his future home, tattooed on his face. Guys, it's unbelievable. Now, this is really funny. This is because a lot of people don't realize that it's not easy being a rock star. You think, oh, well, it's simple. You just get up on stage, you get off stage, everybody else does all the work. They hand you things. You want a cigarette. They just hand you a cigarette. Well, to a certain extent, that's true. But then you go to light the cigarette, and then somebody's there with the lighter. Okay, to a certain extent, that's true. But it's a lot of work, especially on the way up. And so you got to get your rest. A lot of people don't know this is how Post Malone sleeps. He sleeps hanging from his feet like a bat. It's something he learned as a teenager to be able to keep the blood flow going to the upper regions of his body. And so this bat tattoo hanging upside down is going to be on his face to show people exactly how he sleeps, so he doesn't have to keep explaining it every time. He just points to his face and says, just like this bat. Really cool. So along those lines of success, this is the design of the Wright brothers plane that was the one that was able to first take flight, launching us into a whole new era of civilization. So just like his career took flight, he is going to put this on his face as a constant reminder that you got to keep pushing, got to keep testing the limits, got to keep achieving to achieve those higher levels. That's the Wright brothers plane right there. And of course, everybody knows, they always ask, like on the Breakfast Club, he got a lot of grief from some of the people on the show about his girlfriend was there with him, okay? And they said, well, do you expect the relationship to last? So some pretty personal questions, honestly. So this is a statement about his relationship with his girlfriend. It's a love. It's from an old postcard about love, and here you have a dove flying through the air with a note around its neck, and in that note is a love letter that he wrote to her, and this tattoo will commemorate that commitment and, of course, the occasion of that note. We don't know what it said, but he's posty. He's good with the words. And again, talking about creativity and innovation, this is the original design of the Edison light bulb. Was the first commercially successful light bulb. Now, Edison didn't invent the light bulb. A lot of people think that. He did not. But he was able to come up with the first commercial application of it. And it speaks to Post Malone about taking ideas is one thing and creating them. Creation is one thing, but making it successful in the marketplace is a whole nother thing. And he's able to do both, the originality and the commerciality. And the thing is, they used to talk to one big old country star, and they said, well, do you think your songs are too commercial? And he's like, I wanted people to listen to my songs, and they did. What more do you want? All right, here you have these funny kids. So as you know, if you've seen Post Malone in interviews, he's a really fun guy. He's a happy guy. he loves to goof around. He's always smiling, and so he likes to clown around. He likes to play around. And these playful kids in this old French postcard are going to be going up on his face. We don't know where. It could be right here, maybe. It could be maybe right on the chin. Maybe the kids will be right on the chin. Nobody really knows, but this is one of the designs that will most likely, and we don't know, but could be on his face here by the end of the spring. And look at these playful kids with their clown outfits. Perfect. And again, along the same line, so here you have a black cat riding a pumpkin being driven by mice or rats. It could be either one. Maybe they're both. And so, here you have I guess the idea here is, we don't know, we're speculating. And somebody slid me these graphics at a party, kind of on the down low like this. They're like, they kind of look at it the other way, and they took it out of their pocket in an envelope, and they gave it to me, and they said, okay, so I'm not really supposed to have these, but the idea here, I guess, is that he's riding his career, so he's driving his career forward. So these are all the elements of his career that need to keep going so that he can keep climbing to higher heights, right? That's what the rats and the mice. But it's ridiculous at the same time that this Halloween postcard, the black cat riding the pumpkin. So he knows, so he has perspective that even though he's hugely successful and wants to get even better, that the whole thing is, in a way, it's unbelievable. He knows he's been super lucky that his talent was able to be get an international stage, and so he sees the humor really behind the whole thing at the same time. And this is really kind of an unexplained one. We don't really know what is happening, but here you have a woman coming out of what looks like a dressing area on the back of an eagle, and I guess this might go across his forehead, right? Because the wings of the eagle or the bird will go across the eyebrows, right, and fit into that space there, and then the woman right in the middle. We don't know the meaning. It could mean to him, we don't know the meaning. It might mean that that the best is yet to come, that he's about to reveal in the future some of the most creative work he's ever done. That's one way to look at it. Nobody really knows. If you have any ideas on what this might represent, your take on it is welcome. Leave a comment below. All right, and now here you have, see, the thing about creative people, at one point, on one side, they're sensitive because they have to reveal their feelings. They have to be open. They have to have their heart open and share what their feelings with you. And it's like Bob Dylan said, people don't go to concerts to hear what you feel. They go to the concert to discover what they feel. But it's through your music, right? So, so there's that part. But then you have to be a warrior to get that music heard. And that means playing a lot of gigs, doing all those things you have to do to become a big rock star till you break through, and now you're up here. So you got to be a dragon, right? And that's what this represents. This represents the warrior inside Posty. We're not sure where this is going to go. This looks like, just like the shape of it. And again, these could be small or big. It just depends on how he's feeling at the time. But this almost looks like a cheek piece right here to me. Here's the dragon, and the flames are coming out. So, man, it's cool. That is really cool looking. See, that's the thing. At his level, you're dealing with the best tattoo creatives in the business, and really cool. And of course, this is an old graphic of the clocks of the world, time zones around the world in dozens of cities. And so that represents two things. One, the international level that he's operating, and he's touring all over the world. But it also is practical, because let's say he puts it right here, okay? Maybe the dragon's over here, or maybe the dragon's here and he puts the clocks here, or maybe he puts the clocks like right here, right? And it goes down, something like that. But why it's useful, see, the reason I say cheek is that the reason it's useful is he can wake up anywhere in the world, okay, and know what time it is back home in Dallas. Let's say he wants to call his mom, and he's in Bucharest, or he's in Oslo, or he's in Tokyo. So he's like, I gotta call my mom, but I don't want to wake her up. He can look at his phone. He can hold the phone up with the photo facing back, and he can just see what time zone she's in based on what he's in on this. So I find that it's going to be a really cool feature for him. This one I think is the most innovative because it shows the international scope of his success, but it's also practical in that he doesn't want to wake his mom. Very exciting. Guys, I hope you enjoy that. That's the top 10 most likely next face tattoos for Post Malone. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.